You try to watch television. You find yourself listening for footsteps outside the door. You find yourself answering to Miguel when a neighbor calls out a greeting. You realize you don't fully remember what your own voice sounds like when you're not performing. This is not unusual. Former undercover officers describe years of readjustment. Some describe never fully readjusting. The DEA has mental health resources. Not everyone uses them. The culture is still, in many units, one where asking for help is read as weakness. That is changing. Slowly.
6 months after extraction, you take the new assignment. Different region, different role. Behind a desk this time, training others. A recruit asks you what the hardest part of deep cover is. She expects you to say the danger, the isolation, the constant performance. You think about it for a moment. You tell her it's coming back. That going under is a skill. That coming back is something no one teaches you and no one warns you about. That the world you return to has stayed exactly the same, while you have become a completely different person. And those two things have to somehow fit together again, with no manual and no timeline, and no one who truly understands what you've carried. She writes it down. You watch her write it down. And somewhere in that small act, someone taking seriously what you survived, you feel something that might, eventually, be called healing.
Operations like the one you ran result in significant convictions, but rarely in the collapse of the networks they target. New distribution chains form within months. New names rise. The work is Sisyphean, and anyone who tells you otherwise is selling something. But this particular network, this specific chain of supply that moved fentanyl precursors to 3 states, was disrupted for 4 years. In those 4 years, researchers estimate tens of thousands of fewer doses reached the streets. Some number of those would have been fatal. That number doesn't have a face. It doesn't get a name. It's a statistic buried in a federal report. But it exists, and you carry it too, alongside everything else. You are a detective with the DEA's Special Operations Division. You have been Miguel. You have sat at tables where lives were decided. You have named a man to save yourself, not knowing if it would save him. You have come back to a world that never knew you left. And every morning you get up and decide, again, that it was worth it. Because that is the only version of this story you know how to live inside. The hardest identity to put back on, after 11 months of being someone else, is your own.